The Heart of Old Hickory and Other Stories of Tennessee by Will Allen Dromgoole. Will Allen Dromgoole was born in Murfreesboro, and she graduated from the Female Academy of Clarksville, Tennessee. For many years, she was engrossing clerk for the Senate of Tennessee. For almost 30 years, she wrote a column for the Nashville Bands called Songs and Story, which recounted the life and times of Tennessee locals. She was a real Southerner who had a great love of the South, the mountains and valleys of her beloved Tennessee. She was proud of being a Southerner, and the American South is very much present in her books. Her love for the American South was such that in 1894 she traveled to Texas, and there she formed the Waco Women's Press Club. A few years later, during the First World War, Dromgoole was stationed in Norfolk, Virginia, while she served in the U.S. Naval Reserve, and she became one of the first women to do so. Her duty in the Naval Reserve was library work and lecturing to sailors on patriotic themes. In 1930, she was appointed Post Laureate of the Poetry Society. This book, The Heart of Old Hickory and Other Stories of Tennessee, is a collection of stories. These stories are set in the rural areas of Tennessee and depicts the lives of its people, particularly those who are poor and struggling. The main story of this book, The Heart of Old Hickory, is about an old man called Hickory who lives in the mountains, and he is known for his strength and courage. When his wife is taken captive by a group of outlaws, the old man Hickory sets out to rescue her and faces numerous challenges along the way. Other stories contained in this book, such as The Riddle of the Rocks, is about a young woman who is determined to solve a mystery that has plagued her family for generations. The Wage of Sin tells the story of a young man who is torn between his love for a woman and his duty to his family. This book illustrates the author's power and versatility in a forcible manner. The book contains charming stories to be read at any time. The first sketch, The Heart of Old Hickory, is one of the finest stories of American Southerners. This sketch deals with the hopes, sorrows, aspirations, and tragedies of the common life in Tennessee. The other two sketches, under the title A Wonderful Experience Meeting and Who Broke Up the Meeting, are written in true Negro dialects. Dromgoole never overdoes the accent and with those vernacular languages as spoken in Tennessee and Kentucky. Most of Mrs. Dromgoole's stories are taken from real life. The basis of her best sketches have been actual occurrences, which however required the subtle power of the true artist to make others see and feel the life with its sunshine and shadows, to be proud of the little authoress who has depicted so many phases of humble life within her borders with such fidelity, delicacy, and such rare pathos and humor. Thanks for the literature of the American South.